Hello, everybody. I actually found myself a little bit backed up. I've been a little bit slow writing and the next couple scripts, so I thought, hey, why not just knock out that Q&A video that I promised? Because I'm a man of my word, so I do things that I say that I'm gonna do. Oh, before I get started, this is a little, I guess, shout out to Direct. She made my new AVI, and I pretty much like it. It's pretty cool. So she makes some pretty good art when she's not posting memes. So I would highly recommend to follow. Anyways, time to skedaddle. All right, let's get started. A lot of people actually apparently wonder where did I get my name. Several people. So the thing about Spongebrain, it's actually a pretty old channel, not a gaming one. I started gaming in late 2015. I had a channel before this which was called when I first started, it was called Mr. History Explained, and it was had a really bad title. And that one was more politically focused, more about, the original plan was to do basically what Vox does right now, these video essays that are animated. And the thing is that I wrote a couple of scripts for like new ones, and very few actually stuck. And I actually got around to making them, so that channel is kind of pretty much dead. I was planning to revive it, so I renamed it because I was like, oh god, this is a terrible name. So I renamed it to Spongebrain. It's called Spongebrain because you're supposed to suck up all the information. It's knowledge. In a pool of knowledge, the sponge brain soaks up all that knowledge and is able to spread it. That's the whole idea of the sponge brain. That's what's happening at that outro. So yeah, that's the Spongebrain. That's what it's all about. All right, so let's get to some other questions. Icewire asks, are there any games you're looking forward to or optimistic this year? Yeah, there's a lot actually. I kind of want to do some reviews of some new games like I was doing last year, but scheduling wise and money wise is getting kind of weird. So AAA wise, actually very recently reviews came out for Horizon Zero Dawn. I was really interested in it, but then the more they showed it off, like it turned out to be an open world game, and I was like really skeptical. Also, Guerrilla Games, the Killzone franchise is a pretty interesting franchise, but this is going from a first person shooter whose main existence was just to be the antithesis to Halo. Actually, that's an interesting retrospective that might come down in the future, the Killzone games, because I think they're kind of a little bit interesting to talk about from a marketing standpoint. But this is like a big step up in quality from what I'm hearing, and so yeah, I'm really interested in that game. The last trailer for Mass Effect Andromeda got me really interested for it. There's also the announcement that Kumail Nanjiani is going to be in it, and there's not a lot of brown dudes in video games, so I'm all for more brown actors. You know, yeah, you could always call me BioWare or any game developer. That would be nice, you know, more brown funny dudes. I mean, that is if I'm funny. Anyways, yeah, and some other games that I was interested in, a lot of them already came out. Like, oh gosh, I have a list. So recently, this indie game called Night in the Woods came out. The art is pretty good, and I think the story looks pretty interesting. The gameplay it's a nice little adventure game. Looks like a lot of fun. Last year, I got to try out Dusk at QuakeCon. It was a lot of fun, and so I was like, dude, everybody's got to play this game. It's like a Quake style game, a first person shooter. And you don't see a lot of games like that. I mean, there's like there's this like resurgence of like people want to go back to retro shooters, but this is like a retro shooter if it was done today. It's pretty good. Fulbright's new game, they made Gone Home, and so their new game Tacoma is supposed to be coming out this year. There's also Thimbleweed Park, made by the people who made the Monkey Island games. That's gonna be good. Resident Evil 7 already came out. I already played it. A review's coming out soon, eventually. Prey, the new Prey game, looks pretty cool. I haven't looked at the gameplay recently because a bunch of gameplay came out and I didn't watch it because I kind of want to wait for reviews, and then maybe I might buy it. I might not. I don't know. For Honor looks pretty good from what I played of it. Some friends of mine have been playing it and they've really enjoyed it. Neo is it's a Dark Souls style game, and well, I mean, I kind kind of like Dark Souls. Oh, of course, whatever FromSoft is working on. Let's see. That's probably a lot of the ones that come to mind off the top of my head. The fall season seems kind of like weirdly mixed up. I was one of those stupid people who kickstarted Shenmue, and apparently it's supposed to come out. I mean, when I kickstarted it, they said expected release date December 2017, and that's coming up this year. And I'm interested because I already paid for the game. I would like for the game to be good. Never kickstart a game that's going to be picked up by Sony. Did I mention Zelda? Zelda looks pretty cool, but of course it's on the Switch on the console that I don't have, so probably not going to get it. Whatever the newest Call of Duty is going to be, because I'm one of the few people who actually likes Call of Duty for the story. Red Dead Redemption 2. I kind of like the first one. It's my favorite. It's my second favorite Rockstar game. My favorite being Bully. I'm not too big a fan of the Grand Theft Autos because I don't know, it's just not my thing. Crime. I don't like crime stuff. Cuphead looks really cool. Ukulele, it looks promising. It looks really promising. If Detroit Become Human comes out this year, I might do a retrospective on David Cage games. That would be interesting. Pyre is supposed to come out, which is the new game from Supergiant, but this one looks like a strategy game, so it's kind of weird. It's by the people who made what's this game? Bastion and Transistor. I really like both of those games. So maybe that might be really cool. Definitely not Outlast 2. no. Yeah. Vampire. Oh, Vampire. Vampire looks like it looks kind of janky, but you know, I do like the company who's working on it. It's Don't Nod Games, who worked on Remember Me and Life is Strange. So they make really pretty interesting games that are good conceptually. Life is Strange became a lot more popular because it took the basis of something else and really went somewhere interesting with it. So maybe this one might do the same. I'm hoping so, and I think that's it that I'm interested in. I really hope that a lot of good games come out this year, and it's gonna be like a repeat of last year, just a bunch of good games come out, nothing that is amazing that you could write home about. Maybe Andromeda is gonna be really good. I don't know, it might be the game of the year, or I might, become a pretentious douchebag and say something indie would be the game of the year, and people would probably get pissed off with me. Yeah, I've been on this question for too long. Let's move on. Unhinged asks if you could remember what was the first video game you ever played, and I think that's the same question that Gumshoe asked. Yes, he did. I think nobody else. If you can remember what is the first video game that you ever played, and then Larry Cordner answered, "Oh, it might have been Asteroids." Yes, when it first came out in 1979. And then, yeah, I'm sorry, Larry, but I'm not that old. I'm not too sure what the first game I played because, well, it was such a long time ago. The thing is with me is that I've been playing games for a very long time, but I've been fluctuating between whether I like video games or not. There's the 2012 to 2014. I didn't play games at all because I wasn't really interested. I thought games were stupid, and games are pretty stupid. But I'm just kidding. But yeah, I didn't play games then, and then but probably sorry, I got off track. But probably the first game I played. I mean, this is. I'm just gonna post the photo up. Yeah, I was apparently, according to my aunt, she said that I was using her computer from the age. She taught me how to use it at the age of 2. So I mean, I think this might be the first game I played right here. The humongous games like Freddy Fish, Putt Putt, Spy Fox, and then I had a Sega Genesis growing up as well. And one of the first memories I've had, it was playing that one with the helicopter, Apache Attack or something like that, and then Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and then Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis. And funny thing, even as a young kid, I was able to beat that game, so I do wonder if I was button mashing, but that's kind of sad, though. Those seem like the first games, any of those options might have been the first game that I've ever played, so yeah. Also, what is your dream job? Oh gosh. So what I really want to do is just work for myself and do whatever I want, kinda. I mean, I don't want to not have a job. I get all Casey Neistat, like, philosophical on you. So there's like this whole thing of like, okay, freedom and stability. So you got to really balance that. The problem of going like full freelance is that you don't have that stability that you have if you work for a major company. But I still really like the idea of like being a freelance. I kind of want to like do a whole bunch of stuff. I really want to do this. If I can make a living off of this would be pretty freaking awesome, but it's not really my main goal. I kind of want to do things like write a book, make a game, make a movie, and do all of that. Yeah, or write a pilot for a TV show, do all four of those, and then I think I'd be fine, and have those actually be successful. That's kind of like, because I've always been interested in film and narrative and stuff like that, so, which is why I like studied it and why I get really pretentious about stuff sometimes. If it is YouTube, then what do you want to be known for on YouTube, and who do you want to collab with? Okay, so what I want to be known for is having really informative and very analytical videos that makes people think. Like, whenever I make a video, I always think to myself, well, do I have anything new that I could bring to the table that I haven't seen in another video? Do I have like some kind of point, some kind of argument that I haven't seen being made? And that's why a lot of the smaller video essays come out the way they do, because and sometimes like certain ones just completely get scrapped. I always want to make points that I haven't seen before, and so I'm not like repeating what other people are saying. Because why would you listen to me when you could go over to Super Bunny Hop? And because those guys are going to be doing a better job, because they had more experience than he's like, for Super Bunny Hop's case, from what I understand, he has a journalism degree, and there's no way that I can compete with that, me and my newbie-nish. Who do I want to collab with? Yeah, the thing is that the way that my videos are set up, it's kind of really awkward for if I were to do any collaborations, but some people that I would want to collaborate with, people I really look up to, Super Bunny Hop. It would be really cool to be on a podcast with him or something. CGP Grey, if that could ever happen, or Extra Credits, or Mike from Idea Channel. He's a really cool guy. I would really want to work with those guys, and I have no idea what we do, or what I would be able to bring to the table, why we would be collabing, but I would really want that to happen. Yeah, he also says, hopefully that's not too much. It's not. Congrats on 400. Thanks. And I really like these videos where you're talking to the camera, by the way. Yeah, that's not happening today. And then, okay, more questions. Gumshoe actually asked a couple questions, but I answered some of them. What, in my opinion, is my best video? Funnily enough, I think that a lot of my earlier videos are a little bit better. I don't know, maybe it's me reminiscing, but I do really like the really short 5-minute ones. So like Nostalgia is a pretty good one. I think that the video game endings one is a really nice one for people to see if they're a first-time viewer. But a lot of the other stuff could be kind of really oppressive, and it's like, oh gosh, this guy talked about it. Call of Duty for an hour. Yeah, so those 5-minute ones, they're really short, and they really move at a brisk pace. Closest that I got to it recently is the Time Splitters one that I did recently. Hopefully we'll be able to have more videos like that. It's just that like a lot of the topics are really complicated. Things like nostalgia and video game endings, I thought could be really summed up very easily. So yeah, those are my two best videos, I think. I don't, according to popularity, it would be other videos, but that's that. And then lastly, because I answered the other questions, what are your top 5 games in no order? So I don't really like ranking games, so they're not really exclusive to these games, but what comes to the top of my head would be Deus surprise, Deus Ex, Resident Evil 4, Metal Gear Solid 3, Bloodborne, and Papers, Please. I think, maybe, I don't know. It is maybe, yeah, Papers, Please. I really feel like that game got Ludo narrative really down to the nail. This is very, that symbiosis between narrative and gameplay mechanics. Just makes that game such a spicy game. Just best game to come out that year. And people will be like, wait, didn't Bioshock Infinite and Last of Us come out that year? Yeah, but I don't like those games. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to offend so many people, but yeah, that is how it is. Might go into more of that later in another video. Who knows? And then last but not least, why are you friends with Retum when he could destroy you at any game? Well, the things is, you don't have to worry about Ret destroying me at any game if you don't play multiplayer games. Insert meme here. Boom. You gotta think, ooh, Retum can't beat me if we don't play multiplayer. Though we did play, the first time I ever played with him and the only time I played with him so far was For Honor in the closed beta. We was just messing around, so I don't even remember who won, quote unquote won, or it just doesn't really matter. I don't really care. I even played with Rune For Honor, and I don't remember who won more of the time, even though there's like video evidence. But yeah, so that's the first Q&A. This might be very long because I tend to drag on, and I'm really thankful for anybody who sticks around and wants to hear my lonely self talk into a microphone for a while. But thanks for hanging out with me, and have a great day.